Hello, thank you for visiting QuantIntel. In this video, I will briefly introduce QuantIntel platform and how to use it. When you log in, when you go to the URL quantintel.in, this will be the home page that you will see. To log into QuantIntel platform, you have to click onto this arrow and go to login. So using the credentials for login, I have created a demo account called QuantIntrader. So I will log in with that. So once you log into the platform, this is what you will be seeing. Let me make it a full screen. So this is how the console looks like. Console is nothing but a dashboard where you can monitor your complete portfolio and measure it across different portfolios or with the benchmark. So if you see here, currently there are no data because it's a new user, and I'll come back to this later on. Let's quickly look at the other options. Portfolios is the place where you'll be seeing your portfolio holdings, but as you can see, there are not much information here because we don't hold any stocks. Models is a place where we actually build the quant models. And before we come into this, let's go and update the port profile. So when you log in, the first thing as a new user you have to do is come into the profile and manage your assets and cash. Since QuantIntel is not integrated with any of the brokerage platforms directly, so we don't have the information about your cash and equity holdings. So this is the place where the user has to manage his allocations and reconcile it at regular intervals. So in this case, let's start with the cash. Cash is the key component that we have to manage. So let's say I have a cash of 10 lakhs, and this 10 lakh cash I'm assigning to the momentum portfolio. And if the maximum position size that I want for any stock in this portfolio, let's say 1 lakh. So once we have updated this information, you have to just confirm it. So this information gets recorded, and in future, whenever there is any kind of transaction that happens in the portfolio, the cash component will be debited and credited here. So once this cash allocation is done, maybe you can, if you require, you can reset your passwords, because if you are a first user, you may want to change your passwords or update your profile. So now let's go back to the thing that now we have the cash. We have also identified that how much we are going to invest in the momentum strategy. The next logical question is how much or what stocks I need to buy. So this is where the models come into picture. So if you see, there are many models that we can deploy here, but currently I have enabled only the momentum. And if you see this page, so there is only one model that is saved, momentum. And under the hood, I'm using Plino's momentum model, which I feel is quite decent. So once uh, we have clicked on this momentum model, because this is the only one available here, so we can decide on using the different model part parameters. So the three key parameters that affects this model is the stock universe, the look back period, and the number of stocks that we require. So as a first step, what we have to do is select the stock universe. So I have already listed few stock universes, and the naming convention is as per the NSE website for the stock universe. So you can refer to the same name convention that is available in NSE website, and see the constituents in each of these index or the universe. And this look back period is to see like whether we are interested in a long term momentum or medium term momentum or a very short term momentum. So this look back period will take care of that. And the number of stocks is how many stocks that you want to hold in this momentum portfolio. Uh, for this demo, let me say that I would like to use the mid cap 100 list, and I would go for a standard work period of about 200 days. And the number of stocks that I am interested in is say 10. So once this model parameters have been changed, we have to just run the model. You can see on the right hand side, the model is running and it is processing all the 100 or 98 stocks that's available in this index, and it will list us the top 10 stocks in this universe as per the momentum model or the given parameters. And one important thing that you can see here is that the momentum model has synced the stocks with our momentum portfolio. So since we have one portfolio and currently there were no stocks in that, so we are seeing that all this as coming here. If there were some existing stocks and some of those stocks are not available in this model portfolio, then they will be highlighted in a different color here. So in this case, we have all the 10 stocks listed here. And if we prefer, and we are say like, okay, I'm not interested to buy Coromandel for any particular reason, that maybe I'm not interested in chemical sector. So what you can do is you can directly delete it from here, and you can confirm it. So once you confirm it, only the 9 stocks will go into our portfolio here. But for this case, I'm interested to hold on all the 10 stocks. So let me just select. Okay, this I think we can add more portfolios in future. So we can sync it with any portfolio that we have. So I'm taking all the 10 stocks here and I'm just confirming it. So as soon as the confirmation happens, so we can go to the portfolio. Now you can see that all the stocks have listed here that we have selected, but you can see the quantity, everything is zero at the moment, and how much amount of required, everything is in empty. So in the previous step, we decided on what to buy. So systematically, we are using a momentum model. But now the next logical question is how much I need to invest in each of these stocks. So this is where the machine learning comes into picture. So what we do is we allow the machine learning AI model to decide based on the current market conditions and the stock specific conditions and how it thinks that it will move in the coming days or at the current moment, how the stock is performing. So that is what machine learning will do. It will optimize the stocks and decide on the optimal investment allocations that we can do for each of these stocks. So if you see here, we had given 1 lakh as the maximum position size in the profile. So now if you feel that you want to change it, or later on you felt that you have additional cash and you want to increase the allocation, or you can decrease the allocation, and based on that, whatever you decide, you can optimize it. So to optimize this portfolio, just run optimize portfolio. So it will take a couple of seconds. Okay. So once what has happened now, it has already completed the optimization, and it says we have 10 stocks in the portfolio, but current allocation is zero and the current amount invested is also zero. But interesting thing you can see here, it is saying that you have to buy these stocks. Okay, so this list what are the stocks that you have to buy, because there is no sell because currently we don't hold any stocks. So if the market conditions was not good, then it would have decided to identify some of the stocks to sell. And if you see the stocks that it has suggested to buy, It has also given you the allocation. So it says invest 5% in TVS Motors, 2.5% in Tin India, 10% in India Hotel. Similarly, it also tells you what are the quantities and what will be the value of those investments. And if you buy this much stocks, it will increase your allocation by 45%. So that means even though you had 10 lakh, you are not going to invest all 100% at the current moment because the market condition is not very suitable. It is suggesting to invest 45%, that is about 4.5 lakhs. So the new allocation will be for 45% for this. So once this is identified, maybe if you feel okay, some of the stocks that you want to remove from this list, so you can delete it here, and also you can edit the quantity. Instead of, let's say I don't want to buy 45, I want to buy just 20, so I can change it to 20. And I may think that I am not interested to invest in Tin India, so you can delete it, or I can make it as zero also here. So I'm not going to invest. So once this is done, you can click on the generate buy button. So this is specific to only the Zerodha because I have integrated Kite Connect. So I don't have a direct access to the platform, but this provides you a convenient way of placing the order into the Zerodha terminal. So when you click on this trade, okay, so this is the window it comes in. You log into the platform. Let's say I have enabled PO2P, so I have to access it to. So if we continue, so you can see the number of stocks that we had planned to invest. It comes up here, and we have to just play the place button. So in this case, I'm going to cancel it because I don't want to change any of mine. Okay, once the order is successfully confirmed, so you have to come and say confirm order success at broker, because we don't have direct access integration with the broker. You have to manually do the confirmation. So if you don't have a Zerodha account, you may have to do this activity manually and then come over here and say confirm order success at broker. So once this is done, this information gets recorded in our portfolio and in the transaction records. And in the next, let's say currently now there is no bias when you click onto it. So next we can go to the console. So the console currently is showing some information about the Nifty because I've just recently created. Maybe the current trend is low. We can do this. So now coming to the momentum. So this is the total value, the day change, and other information gets populated after 30 minutes because I have configured the backend processors to run every 30 minutes so as not to overload the system. I can actually reduce it, but since we are not doing intraday trading and it's more of like a medium to short term or to medium term investment, 30 minutes is more than sufficient. So if you can see here, one thing I forgot to tell, when you are placing this order, so we should also look at the market regime. So if the market regime is bullish, only then you go for the buying of the stocks. If the market regime says it is bearish, so it's always better to sell the stocks that has been suggested by the machine learning. So coming over to here, so here you say just showing the market regime is currently busy, bullish, and and this is a chart where you can see the live comparison between the Nifty and the benchmark. And one of the feature is like you can also see combined as well as for the specific portfolio. If you have multiple portfolios, the combined will show you the total performance here. So the key parameter that I'm interested in here is the total value, the day change, benchmark how it is performed monthly, how it has changed, and the current equity allocation. And coming to the chart I'm using a very robust charting tool called developed using Plotly. It's a library from Python. So you can enlarge it. You can use different options like zoom out, zoom in, take snapshots, and I also provided an option to say display all. If you have multiple portfolios, everything will be displayed together here. And currently there is not much data, so only the nifty some information is there. So what you can do is you can change the duration of the bars, like how many days you want. And coming down to the allocation, so this allocation shows you based on what you have configured in the profile. So currently we have only the cash component, that is about 55%, and equity allocation of about 45%. So the returns table here will be updated based on a daily returns. So currently this is a newly created account, so you may not find all the details here. So that's it. So currently it is still in beta phase. So I'm currently testing it, and once the platform gets more stable, I plan to add more features and more models into it. So coming to the insights also, I'm planning to have some kind of quantitative insights about the sector trends and other things. Any kind of feedback is welcome for this. So you may suggest me what you would prefer to see here. So I'll try to add it into the insight here. So that completes it. Few things that you would need to keep in mind is this platform works on the concept of sessions. Sessions in the sense each connections that you make with the server is a separate instance, and you will be getting a separate dedicated temporary resource on the server to do all your processing. So it is important that you need to have a stable internet connection, and try not to close the browser or refresh the browser, because it will break the connection with the server, and any activity that you are doing on the server will be temporarily stopped. Uh, and I would preferably ask you to use not to use Chrome, because Chrome has a default feature of auto refresh. So I think about every 5 minutes or so, it automatically refreshes the web page. So that may cause the connection to be disconnected with the server, and your processing will stop at that end. So I'm currently using Mozilla, so maybe you can use that one, or you can also use Microsoft Edge, or any other browsers which doesn't have the auto refresh functionality. But if you still wish to continue with Chrome, then you may have to disable the auto discard flag in the Chrome browser. So that will temporarily stop refreshing the pages. So that is one workaround. Uh, but other than that, I find Mozilla or the Firefox to be a better browser to run this platform. Uh, and I, the motivation for me for developing this platform is to have a tool which I would prefer to have as a quant trader. So if you think like uh, see, how the institutions do the quantitative investing, this is they have an automated process, and everything happens in a systematic manner. So one of the challenges I had faced in all these years is that I don't have a platform which can provide me that flexibility to run the system on its own. I had to do it manually on an Excel sheet, or write some Python program locally to run it, which was very tiresome and cumbersome to keep doing it on a daily basis. So I needed a platform for this. So this is more of like an institutional power in the hands of a retail trader. So the general idea here is that not to focus on the infrastructure or the platform, instead focus on looking at the macros and deciding on to how you are going to do the investments, how to allocate your assets in your portfolio. So I'm confident that this would be of good help for you and it will be useful. So please get back to me if you have any suggestions and any improvement suggestions. Thank you.